Roblox has many things going for it. Diverse games to explore, the option to not have to use money to play, and an easy way to communicate with other players from around the world. But as many of us have learned, Roblox also has a lot of fail-worthy moments that should be noted. If you're a fan of funny video game fails, please subscribe to our channel. We may be able to fill that empty void you're experiencing. Guests. Let's face it, no one likes to be new to a game. There's the challenge of learning the rules and strategies to play the game. Modern gaming also allows you the ability to use real money for upgrades. Usually those upgrades result in better weapons and characters that can one-shot you in an instant if you're a new player. Guests in Roblox used to be so restricted from normal users that they had to communicate via safe chat. In 2016, they were allowed to at least read public posts. It's nice to see that even though they're labeled as guests, they're still considered part of the community. Guests are still somewhat isolated from players just because there's a general dislike of them within the game. They cannot be reported, allowing them to pretty much do whatever they like without any fear of repercussions. It's a nice perk for any online trolls and allows for some pretty hilarious fails within the game. Take for instance, new players that don't know how to reset a character. Anyone that's ever played Roblox knows that many of the games have glitches. Just remember to always reset your character so you don't experience this common guest fail. Online daters. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding the whole online dating aspect of the game because it is, after all, a game meant for children. The game is made up of players ranging in ages from 8 to 10. This isn't the case for all players, but we should keep in mind that much of the Roblox community consists of 3rd and 4th graders. Some of the games in Roblox have built-in features where the players create a community by role-playing and reenacting everyday scenarios. Take, for example, serving pizza at a restaurant, pretending to be a teacher or a student, or going to dance parties. The game is all about fun and imagination, but Roblox has experienced its fair share of controversy over online dating because parents feel that it's an easy way for online predators to access kids' information. You can often spot an online dater in Roblox from a mile away, since they'll attempt to look more like a human and play in online dating hotspots like city games, school games, and role-playing games. Just steer clear of online dating in Roblox unless you want to deal with a stalker that probably doesn't speak in coherent sentences. Mewtwo spawn fail. If you're a fan of Pokemon Go, check out the Roblox version. It has all the perks of not having to roam around your neighborhood in search of your favorite Pokemon characters to catch. Also, you won't feel lame when your 12-year-old next-door neighbor takes your gym over and you realize that you're a 28-year-old who should be making better use of their time. Pokemon Go in Roblox is similar to the mobile game where you'll discover Pokemon you can find, catch, trade, and battle. Now, one of the Pokemon you can get in the game is Mewtwo, but it's not an easy catch. You'll be expected to purchase a Mewtwo spawn for 1,200 Robux. At least it's not a million. Be aware though, you may have to experience the heartbreak of a failed spawn. Simon Says fail. Simon Says is a simple childhood game we used to play in school. It was a great listening activity to see how well you could follow directions. Most of us may have failed, but Roblox is giving us a second chance to prove ourselves. Of course, the Roblox version brings some real hilarity to the game. The game will randomly choose if you get to be Simon. If you do, then you get to control the universe! Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. You'll get to choose what actions your fellow players have to do, and you'll want to be as confusing as possible in order to win the game. There are multiple theme choices that you may get to be in charge of picking. Some of our favorites include the hat theme, the holiday theme, and the colors theme. The various themes are definitely one of the best aspects of this fast-paced and fun Roblox game. If you think the fun ends there, well, it doesn't, because sometimes when you do the right thing, you'll still be punished. Boho Salon. Roblox is great at making your imagination run wild, and then there are times it feels so much like real life it's downright depressing. Let's take Boho Salon for instance. The game feels like a fun version of making over your friends and other players. You go into Boho Salon and ask for a Harley Quinn makeover, and the player will gladly take you to his or her chair and get started right away. How much effort did that makeover artist have to go to for that job? Well, my friend, that's when things get a bit real. You'll be expected to answer a series of 20 questions on an application, and you can only miss 3 answers. This game feels the most like real life just because players can give you awful hairstyles and you can fail at job applications. It's okay if you fail though, because you can still always try again and rank up your character later. Now if you have a bad haircut, that one's easy to fix with a reset of your character. If only you could do that in real life. Murder Mystery 2 fail. Murder Mystery 2 is one of the most popular games on Roblox. It's also fast-paced and makes your heart race uncontrollably. You're expected to call out who you think the murderer in the game is before he or she murders you, and that can be a lot of pressure. Most of the players in the game will be labeled as innocents, but there are 2 important characters that you should be aware of: the murderer and the sheriff. The sheriff might be able to save you, but it's best to steer clear of them since it's going to be the murderer's goal to eliminate them. Also, if you see a big group of people and you're the murderer, it's best to remain completely casual. Do not take your weapon out, because then you'll make everyone around you very aware of your intent. Remember that if you don't guess correctly who the murderer is, then you'll cause the death of yourself and the sheriff, and you don't want that hanging on your innocent conscience. Fashion Frenzy fail. Every person has their own idea of what is fashionable, which is what makes Fashion Frenzy such a fun game. You never know what crazy costumes your fellow gamers will come up with. In Fashion Frenzy, you have a time limit of 3 minutes to come up with the best costume you can. You'll begin the game without any clothing or accessories, basically running around as a bald player in his or her undergarments until you can find the perfect outfit. There's a lot of hilarity that ensues as players run around the store searching for accessories and clothes that match the given theme. At the end of the time limit, your fellow players will rank your costume based on a certain number of stars. Of course, this can also be a bit rigged. Costumes that are complete fails according to the theme could ultimately win the most amount of stars. Hole in the wall fail. For anyone that was born before 2000, you'll probably remember the US game show Hole in the Wall that aired on Fox from 2008 to 2009. It was then picked up to run on Cartoon Network for a younger audience and ran from 2010 to 2012. It was a hilarious game show where contestants had to use their agility and brains to come up with ways to make their bodies fit through holes in a moving wall. If these contestants wanted successful careers as future contortionists, then this was a good place to start. It actually originated in Japan through a popular game show called Nokabe, which translates to brain wall. Now we're guessing that the creator of the Roblox game Hole in the Wall was a fan of the game show and created a world that forced some really challenging competition. We all know how difficult it is to control the movements of the Roblox characters as is, what with the lag in servers and momentary glitches. Now if we add an element like a moving wall that requires you to perfectly time your character's ability to sit, stand, jump, or move left or right, what's the final result? Most likely a hilarious failure, but you can't say that you didn't give it your best attempt. Marble Ride Storm fail. Any game where you're suspended in questionable green matter and forced to control yourself in a poorly constructed environment doesn't sound like a good time. Unless you're Hal Jordan and the green substance is your super powerful Green Lantern ring. Otherwise, strange green substances just shouldn't be trusted. In Roblox Marbles, you're given what appears to be a human-sized hamster ball to roll around in. Now this would be great if it were easy to control, but it's not, which makes the first jump on the level feel impossible. If it takes you 10 attempts, don't feel bad, because we promise that the game will not get any easier after that starting point. You'll also get to laugh at other players' misery because you'll notice an army of green floating marbles suspended in the air. Those were once players with hopes and dreams of finishing the level. Once you get the feel for controlling your character at Marble Ride Storm, step your game up and attempt the Mega Marble Run Pit. Some people wish the marbles would go faster, but we don't necessarily agree because the ball eventually controls you, especially if you have a big jump. You'll find that you're just crossing your fingers and hoping you'll land on the right path. Speedrun fails. Speedrunning is an absolute essential part of playing Roblox, but you shouldn't start the game off by doing speedruns. Test the waters by slowly making your way through survival obstacle courses. As your skill at controlling your character increases, you should gradually feel confident enough to undertake a few speedruns. There's something almost freeing about the fact that you know a level so well that you can blast past all those new players. You could have been petting your cat or recreating a life-sized obstacle course to train your dog to master. There are a few things that you could be doing instead of doing speedruns. We'd like to thank all those players that spent their time creating hilarious Roblox fails so that we can share them with the world. We have to thank you for your contribution to the video game society because without your hard work, persistence, and effort, we wouldn't get to have a few laughs on your account. What were some of your favorite fails? Do you know of any fails that we missed? Comment below and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for even more content.